Hi everyone, welcome back. Something's wrong with my bracelet. I have been away and not on vacation. I've just been absent because I've been very sick. I got COVID July 15th and it took a month and a half for me to get better. It was a really bad strain, and then I got long COVID, and I had filmed the New York video before I got sick and done most of the editing, so I was able to publish that. But anyways, I apologize for not being around, but that is why. And the other thing is you may hear the sound of the fan again because it's still hot in Toronto, and we have AC. Some people were making some funny comments about all these bags and no AC. Well, no, I have air conditioning, but heat rises and it's hard to get the AC pumping up here. Anyway, so I have this fan on and you're gonna have to just bear with me. Maybe I'll turn it off at some point and then we'll see what happens. Before I get into anything related to this video, which by the way will be bags, I'm on 4 platforms, and I'm not here as often, but I am on Instagram and Substack the most. TikTok, I'm there periodically. Instagram and Substack pretty regularly, and especially in Substack chats. So what's happened is over time, my audience has grown, and as with the row, the sizing can be inconsistent, and sometimes people want more information on a piece before they invest upwards of $5,000 on something, so they come to me for questions, and I've been answering everyone on Instagram for about 3 years, and like pretty much everyone. And I think in the last 8 months I've stopped doing that because I'm exhausted. I think influencing and content creation is very much a young person's game because I'm tiring of it. I'm probably one of the few people on 4 platforms as well. So I'm doing this thing where on Substack chats, it's a paid subscription for $8 a month, which is like 0.000% of any row item you ever buy. But what it does is it gives you access to the chat group, and the chat group has turned into something I wasn't even expecting. It's so much better than I ever imagined. It's this community of like followers of people that share things that they purchase, pictures of themselves, what they think of items, which sometimes contradicts what I think, which I think is what's missing from my platform is conversation, because it's not just me now, it's so many people that love the row. We really sort of dissect the pieces and share pictures and share where we're going on vacation and what we're taking. And I would just say, like, if you really love the row, that's where you want to be. I'm just very, like, I feel very privileged to be part of that really now formidable group and community that's growing every single day. If you're there, thank you for your support and thank you for watching my videos and my outfit. I am wearing a Studio Nicholson top. I don't know, I'm just gonna look here. If it comes across, yeah, it's kind of tough to see. It's like a putty. It's like a gray, it's like mud. And it's really, really nice, I think, against my skin. It's got these subtle pinstripes in it, and they kindly gifted it to me. And this is CDD Jewelry. They sent it to me. I think they're out of Ukraine. Beautiful. Lié Studio cigar band. I love cigar bands. I'm wearing them all the time. This is a very old Philippe Audibert bracelet, and in my ears, very old, but my favorite, Club Monaco silver hoops. And then my skirt is mango. As you know, you've seen it a bunch of times, and you're probably getting tired of seeing it. 4 bags. Let's start with the one that might surprise you. I had reviewed the Row Oregon bag, the raffia tote, the very big one, and I love that bag. It was very big and had the pouch that I would wear on the outside, and I thought that was really lovely. But you know, after looking at, so what was happening was I wasn't reaching for it as often. All these options of bags that I could choose from, and I wasn't choosing my Oregon bag, so I did a swap, and I ended up with the Genevieve. Whoops. I'm about to lose all my bags here. I tried Genevieve when I was at 119 Corbeau, which is a boutique in Toronto that carries what I would call the best, tightly curated collection of the row. Most of the things I purchase from there just stay in my closet forever. I don't part with them. So I tried on the Genevieve bag and did a comparison to my Oregon bag, and I ended up staying with the Oregon bag. And then eventually came back and said, you know, I think I'm gonna wear Genevieve more often. And I like hanging little things off of it. I think I'm gonna get the 90s bag, the original one, the rectangular one. I've seen the Edith now out in its glory on Zoe, and I think someone else had it. Anyway, I've seen it out, and I'm not impressed, but because it looks a little inexpensive. I'm not sure if it's the hardware on it or the silver, but I know this is the thing with the row. You have to try things on, and always when I try things on, I change my mind. So we'll see. Here it is, actually. It has, so this is this little, it's not a coin wallet, it's not a coin purse. It's a tiny little zippered pouch that I bought. I think I bought this in the store, but a long time ago. And otherwise it's, you know, kind of a simple raffia bag. And it's got a tie at the top and the row label stitched into the back. It's more of a summer bag for sure. It's light and it carries a good amount, and man, can you put a lot of stuff in it without worrying about it breaking. The handles are very sturdy. They're reasonably comfortable. I've been asked questions about snagging, and none of that's happened, and I wear delicate clothing. It hasn't happened to me. It's not as soft as the Oregon bag, but it's kind of the same. What I like about this versus the Oregon bag is how it sits against my body. It's flatter and it's a little easier. But I don't know that it's that easy to find anymore. And this is one of the problems with me not showing up here regularly, is by the time I get here talking about items, they're often gone, and this is an example of that. So then let's talk about Estelle. I think you might recall, if you watched the New York video, I saw this on my friend who works at the Row. We had a little morning meeting and she came. She is just incredibly chic. Every time I see her, I want her entire outfit, like head to toe. And she was carrying this, but it wasn't just that I liked how the bag looked because it's beautiful. The color's really, really nice, and I like the shape, and I like that it accommodates a lot. And it goes over the shoulder very easily. Same with the Genevieve. It was how much she was carrying in it. I lifted it. It felt like about 3 to 4 pounds worth of stuff in it. And she was sort of mortified. She's like, I really shouldn't be carrying this much in it. But it was such a great like testimonial to the strength of the bag. And I love it. And I love how it looks. And I love, like, look how it looks with this outfit here. The putty and the white skirt and the chocolate brown. It just really, it's very, I don't know, it's very eye-catching. And with an all black outfit, it looks really great. I think these are still available, so I'm gonna link this one. I wouldn't miss out on it. And the question was asked though, is it more summer? Can I wear it in the winter? Probably not. I think it's definitely a summer or spring summer thing, but I will be carrying it next year as well. I know the Row always does variations every year, but this is such a good one. And I spilt my water bottle in it yesterday. I don't know how this happened. It was on tight. I mean, I was chugging my water, and then I went to the mall to do a couple of errands and shoved it in and then threw it in the back of the car. And when I picked it up, when I got home, it was soaked. I mean, everything in it was soaked and the bag was soaked, and it's still wet. And that's like, we're almost 24 hours later, but that's the beauty of this bag. It's like, you can't tell because it's not leather, and it's more durable. It's expensive for a raffia bag, but I love my raffia bags, and I have used them. I mean, really used them. So I am recommending these two. This isn't just a review, I am recommending them. That's what she looks like, same as the Genevieve, 2 top handles, little tie for closure, the rose label at the back, very generous and rounded base, but it's collapsible, so it looks great against the body. And that is Estelle. Let me see if I can turn this fan off now. It's been about 4 seconds and my face is heating up. Well, we'll see how I do. Okay, the Abbey. The Abbey bag is one that I purchased from, I think I got this one from The Real Real. It was actually on my list to buy, and I was just about to buy it. What I do is I make a list of the things I want, and then I track them on the sites, quantities. So some places are really good, like Net-a-Porter, for example, it'll say low stock or it'll say last one left. So I stock items. Essence does the same thing. And this one was starting to dwindle, so I got a little worried. But then, as the universe always grants me favors, whenever I have my intentions set on purchasing something, it will fall out of the sky. Like it, and it ended up on The Real Real at half price, and it was in decent condition. It had a few stains, but look at that, how you can't really tell. And up close, I mean, on the camera here, it looks much lighter than it is. It's actually more of a, like cayenne. It's a deeper orangey red, and it's just beautiful and so soft. Actually, here's another water story. I traveled with it, and I put it in my suitcase, and something leaked. I am really good about putting plastic bags around everything. I don't even know how that happened, but it did. And it was wet, and I was so upset. I'm gonna try and get a close-up of the stain, because I can't even see it here. Just laid it out to dry, and there are a couple stains from where the previous user had used it in some balding. But the beauty of not being so finicky about pre-owned. I used to be. Trust me, I was the type of person that said, there's a scratch, can you get me another one? And I thought, how silly is that? Because you're wearing it anyway. The inside of this is fairly simple. It's got a magnetic closure at the top, 2 thin straps, and they are removable, so you can take it in the evening without, or you can put it over your shoulder. And then when the Row released their fall collection of bags, I really liked the small bindle and how cute it was, and I liked the candy red. I ordered it. I thought it was going to be more of a red because I saw it on Zoe. And listen, I know I've played the filter game and I played with exposure, and I should have known better that if you darken it a little, it looks like a very deep red, but it wasn't. I put it side by side with the Abbey, and you can see they look pretty similar. The Abbey, I would say, is like a muted orange, and this is, it says candy red, but up close, yeah, it is like a candy red, but it kind of goes a little orange depending on the light. Because they're so similar, and I love Abbey, it's such a pretty bag. I'm going to return the small bindle in this red because I want a true red. I really wanted a true red bag, and this isn't it, but I like the small bindle a lot. It's really cute. Oh my God, it's so light. You almost can't believe how light it is. It feels like nothing, like a piece of paper. And a little bit like the Ascot in the way that there's not a ton of room, but it's the perfect evening bag, I think. And maybe even just like going to lunch kind of bag. It's good. It's thin. It might scratch up a bit, but it's a cute little bag. And unfortunately, the color, too close to Abbey. But what I will say about the small bindle, it's kind of cute, and I really do want it. I think I'm going to do it in a brown suede if there are any left by the time I figure out what I want. Might be difficult to get things in and out of it. You kind of have to set it down right, but it's just cute and chic. And it's leather and suede, like it's real skin, so the price isn't that offensive, like when you compare it to like a raffia bag. But then the purpose of a raffia bag is just, it's so much more functional because the small bindle is for nighttime. But look how chic in all the images, so cool. So I do want one, and I will get one. Don't know what color. And the last thing I want to talk to you about is the Mara tote. First, I'm going to share the video that I shared with my paid subscribers on Substack. So I'm going to let you listen to that, and then we'll come back. This week, I welcomed the Mara tote into my closet. When I saw the image on the Rose site, I wanted it right away. For a couple of reasons, I hesitated. One, the price, obviously, and number two, it looked like it didn't have a sleeve inside of it, and I thought, well, my contents would be just out there on display. Don't like that. But then, when I went into the Row Boutique when I was there in New York, I saw the silver one and picked it up, and it was very soft and nice. Came back home, thought about it. I don't know why I didn't ask them while I was in the boutique, could you please bring the gold up for me so I could try? Just kind of left my mind. But then they kindly sent it to me when I asked, and there was only one left in the company. This is what it looks like. It's very long, and this is what it looks like on me. It's quite nice. It's unusual, the shape. It's very rectangular. I do wish it was more like the Pim bag and more balanced, but it's long and thin, and this is the base. It's very pretty. It's got a couple scratches, but I don't care about that. What worries me a little bit is are the handles. They're rolled, just pieces of leather. The whole thing's leather and knotted, and they feel soft, and I don't know if they're going to hold. And on the inside, what's really nice is this little detail, that gold piece that cinches, which is the pouch, just a pouch. It is a really, really pretty bag, and I think it's 45 or 46. I can't remember, but it's very expensive. It's just under 5K. And The thing is it's a lot and really silly almost, because this is a bag that looks like it could be taken to the market on a weekend, and you put, you know, you put your corn in it. But when you feel it, you understand. It's really nice. And when you look at it against a black outfit, it's just gonna look so nice. I already know how this is gonna work its way into my life, and it won't just be for special events, and I won't just reserve it for summer. I'm gonna wear it well, my summer's disappeared with COVID, but I think I'm gonna take this into the fall. The other reason I like it so much is that I think there was just a few retailers that carried it. It wasn't a big production. It makes it special. Because of the length of it and the dark interior of the bag, I can't really see things inside, and you know, that's never put me off of a purchase. It makes it a little less functional, but not less fun to carry. It's like jewelry. And it's very unique. And I think I mentioned with the row rising in popularity, what I'm looking for now are things that are more special, things I'm not gonna see everywhere. And this fell perfectly into that category. And the color suits my skin tone. And so I knew I wanted it. And it's staying. And it cost a fortune. But it's staying. It has to stay. I had it. That's the other problem. When the row is good to me. They send me things for consideration, and often what happens is I just can't give them up. And so I've learned to say no when they say, would you like to? I'm like, don't send it yet, because I know that once it arrives, I'm going to have a hard time sending it back. Hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you on Substack chats.